Hello folks and welcome back to Mindustry. In our last update we went through and we just kind of explored liquids because I never really did that before. Let's take a look at what we have here. We have this area over here which we have this spot that's locked that has some guys launching that make these two spots vulnerable. Everywhere else seems safe. We have this one here, this one, and then we have this other settlement way out here at the craters, which is all well and good. Nothing's vulnerable there. So we have some choices of what we can do. We can go to the biomass synthesis facility. We have another one somewhere over here. Where are you at? That one's locked. That's windswept. There's another one here. That's locked. Stained Mountains, Overgrowth. And then we have this one here, which is Ruinous Shores. So I have a couple of options to make. We could just kind of grind out and just try to establish some of these other ones. Maybe try to surround this at some point just to see if that does anything. But I think I really just want to go over to try to accomplish one of the objectives here, which is Ruinous Shores. If we take a look at our tech tree here, we still have some stuff that's locked. And we have to go through, and there's some of these that are based on, looks like an additive reconstructor is a big deal for this. But we have some extraction outpost. There's the biomass facility. We have to find some other things. It's windswept islands. So it looks like the biomass here is probably going to be the bigger of the two. I don't see a whole lot in the way of looking at and seeing if the one we're looking at is going to be any Ruinous Shores is going to be anything for us. But maybe it's a good thing. Maybe it's a bad thing. I don't really know. Let's go find out. So let's go back here, and this is where we're going to put our fate. We're going to launch into there, make sure we max out all of our resources, and we'll head back and we will launch with our larger core. So let's go ahead and launch this bad boy, see what we're in for and what we have to look forward to here. So I'm going to pause this, and oh my, right off the bat, I despise this launching location. It is not good. Okay, so let's take a look here of why I'm not happy with this and why I immediately regret my decisions. We have some old containers, which I don't really know what those are yet. We have copper. Do I know what a container is? We have distributors. I don't have any containers yet, so I don't know really what that is. There's another area over here that has a liquid tank along with some stuff to bring up water. That's cool. Taking a look further along here. This is just a sprawling map. Oh my goodness. There was another area here that had some scatters. This thing here is some kiln. Okay, so we're looking at some metaglass. This area got walloped for whatever that was, and then we had another area here which was some conduit and some doors. So, all right, this one's going to present a challenge to us because we have a couple of problems. Number one, there's a lot of ways for them to get to us. There's large open areas here that we can kind of stop up. If we can get something here and over here, that will kind of stop up that northern area. We have another stop here that we have to make, another one here, another one here. Or we can bring it back a little closer and just stop up this location and this area over here. The only problem with that is that all of our resources, and there's not a lot here, we have some coal, we have some copper, there's some scrap, and then we have some lead around. And I think that's pretty much it as far as the extent of that goes. So we're not going to be sitting pretty for all of this, but let's unpause here. We'll fly over and just take a look and see where the bad guys are coming from. I'm just going to the top left corner of the map. I'm thinking that's where it's going to be. I hope that's where it is. It's okay. There it is. So this is a big map. They're coming from this area, so we can try to wall them off if we wanted to. I can see that looks like there used to be some walls here maybe. But our main focus, I think, is going to be play this a little closer to home, at least to get started with. I don't know why there's so much liquid, but the thing of scatters here leads me to believe that there's going to be some aerial problems that we need to deal with. So let's go in here. We already brought over a ton of resources, so that's a big plus for us because we can go in here now and just start loading up on some of this other stuff that will hopefully help us out. So we're going to just load up on lead here, make sure that we can get a good supply of that coming into us. And then from there, maybe we'll see what else comes our way. And all right, so that's going to be one really long conveyor, and I'm going to bring it right in from there. Fantastic. And let's build all of that real fast. And while that's building, we can start planning out this area right here. I'm going to do something like this. And that's going to be just to get us started. We're going to do more with that a little later, I think. But for right now, that's enough to just get us started with the basics. All right, so we're flowing there. That's all well and good. Let's design some walls here as defenses. Now we have these titanium walls. I'm not going to do that because there's no other source of titanium. And while they don't use a lot, I don't really want to use up that kind of option right out of the gate here. So we're just going to use some regular stuff there. And then I guess we need to defend out this way. So we'll put in those. And we'll put in those. Then we're going to get some duos in here just to provide our basic level of defense that we've been so accustomed to. Get those in there. We'll find our routers, bring those in, which we are all happy with. And then we'll throw in some ways to get some production to them. Is this the best setup? Absolutely not. Will it work for us right now? Sure. So we're just going to have that shoot off there as well, just to try to make sure these don't get overloaded or it's not totally unbalanced. And then we need to do something similar up here, making sure that we protect this area. So we'll get our first set of stuff in, get these, and then we'll go through. I suppose we could use liquid stuff at some point here. Again, I don't really know a whole lot about that stuff yet. I mean, I know we played with it in the last video, but my knowledge of that is very limited. So I'm not going to screw around too much with all that. We're just going to kind of take it nice and easy. And if we need to, we'll come back and address that later. But let's go see. I'm going to pause this real fast. And let's go see what our wave is here. Coming from all the way up. Okay, so it's air. So, oh, we got two of them. They're coming from two spots. Crap. Okay, we got some problems that we need to deal with. Okay, so that one's there. I'm going to pause this real fast. We're going to put in some scatters. And we're just going to smack them right along this pathway. Especially since I didn't build all of that totally correctly. Knew there was going to be scatters. Knew it. Alright. I'm not too worried about that guy. They don't cause that much damage to begin with. And yeah, even though they flew into it, they didn't cause all that much problems. So let's go down here. We're going to get rid of all of that stuff because it doesn't make any sense. Even though I don't have some of these things, I can use these things here to help us out. So they're taking up some precious space of where I can build some defenses and get set up. So we just need to take them out very quickly here, even though the next wave is coming quickly. But at least we have some defense in the way here. And I have a feeling that we're going to have more in the way of offense coming from the bad guys here real soon. But let's just clear out some of this old stuff. You can see that I am collecting some scrap as it goes. There we go. We got that. And we have the last couple pieces here. Oh, and see, we have bad guys on the ground. So, all right, this one's going to prevent a bunch of fun challenges to us because it's going to be a little bit of both. So let's take a look here. This one's definitely going to be on the ground as well, correct? Where are you? Yeah, there you are. Okay, so we can set up air defenses pretty easily up here, and then we can get some stuff over. And then we have easy ground defense here. We just need to find a way to supply that with some air defense. That's not too big of a deal. But what we do have is there was a large area of coal over here. All right. So I think what we're going to do is we're just going to mine out a lot of coal, run some wires over, and just electrocute all these bad boys. So we're just going to set this up to begin here. And we'll run all of this stuff right up into there. And then we have a large power node. We have large batteries, which does use some of our titanium, but that's okay. We need to be able to store some of that power. We'll get our power, I guess, get a large power node here to cover all that up, and then our combustion generators. 1, 2, 3. And I am not feeling confident about our ability levels or my ability levels in this round because, yeah, this one's put me on my heels a little bit. Like that, you're immediately flying for my air defenses. Does not make me feel good. All right, so let's go over here. Let's pause this and set up some very basic places to mine out some scrap so we can place some air defenses in here. And I'm not going to get fancy with this. I think I'm going to be the most basic I possibly can be. And we're just going to do something stupid like this. They're just going to be directly attached. They're going to fire right at it indiscriminately. And we're going to hope for the best. And then we can mine out here and we can put up some ground defenses that actually do things. But for right now, they're actually getting their stuff. We'll go in here and mine out this area. And then we're going to throw just a stupid amount of duos here. I don't think this is the recommended way to do this level, but we're gonna try it out and hope for the best. Because we don't really have another option, do we? So this area hopefully will be set up. We just need to finish that up. That hopefully is set with what it needs to be successful. This hill area, even though we're not really doing a whole lot there, it's producing at least enough power to start generating some of our defenses. I probably should put some more duos, and by duos I mean scatters along this area, but I'm not going to worry about that quite yet. I do want to start worrying about this area up here as well, because let's see what we got. All right, so it's ground defense. That's not a big deal. We're just gonna wipe this area out while we're waiting. There's only 2 enemies, so one is on the ground. Hopefully one is the other one's on the ground as well. I'm not sure. One of them got knocked out, so let's go down and take a look and see what that was that got knocked out. Please have the ashes left. Please have the ashes left. Yeah, that was on the ground as well. Didn't do anything to our duos. I should probably put a wall in front of them at some point, but I'm not going to worry about that quite yet. Yeah, you can have fun firing away at stuff that doesn't matter at all. Some of these things, these large doors are just a pain in the butt to get rid of. And I really wish I had the ability to kind of do stuff with them, as far as build with them or really do anything, because I'm stuck. I can't do anything once those large doors are there. I can only really get rid of them. They're not in operation. I wish there's a way to bring back some of the old parts of the whatever used to exist here before. I wish I could do stuff with it, but let's go in here. We're setting up that one. We got an air-based one with 4 total enemies. We're going to just stay out of their way, I think, because they shouldn't make it too far. Yeah, they both went down real fast. And the other wave also went down real fast. Alright, so we have that. Let's go in and set up Scatter City here. So we're just going to run a line. And I think for once I might just try to do the blueprint version of this to make it a little easier. If I remember how to do a blueprint. There we go. Essentially, I'm just looking for a copy and paste just to make sure that I can do that a little faster than what it would otherwise be. And we're also going to bring our air defenses up. I probably should strengthen these at some point to do more than just this, but that's what we got right now. And okay, so this one's on the ground. It's one of those bomb guys, so I just need to make sure he blows up before he reaches my guys. Okay, we did that with them. Now we're going to try just to attack these two. Or at least take them so that they're not attacking my guys. Yep, knew that was going to happen. I just don't have any ground defenses set up in that area yet. That's the next phase. So they destroyed a little bit. That's okay. We can fix all of that. They're going down that way, so they're going to get wiped out there here real soon. All right, so let me pause here and just get some of this in. And then we'll throw in all of our little numbers here. Still not feeling real confident about this one, quite honestly. I just don't have a good feeling here. Especially if they throw like a boss or something at me. I'm going to be in an absolute world of hurt. But we have our initial setup here. Let's go in and mine out all of our copper. Do something like that, I think, for right now. That should be enough. And we'll go in and get that set. And let's see, we want to come from... There we go. And we're just going to make that stand up here, I think. So we'll just put in our wall across there. There's a lot to do in the time for the next wave, but that's okay because we can always just, this next wave, we don't have to have any of that stuff built. That can be future plans. Alright, so we have that. We're going to have another one coming up. Actually, let's just bring it over. And we'll unpause and... Alright, they're air-based. Cool. Knock both those down real quick. You can see that there's definite stuff, like they had the wave here set up, they had all of this kind of established, ready to go, so knock that out. This area is wide open, but that's okay. And I saw the last one, kind of this area here had like its own defensive wall set up that had doors in and out, so there's definitely places where they were building units. I have not explored that at all yet. That's on my to-do list eventually here. But I have not had the chance really to explore building our own units minus the one time that when we first got offered them. But we haven't kind of explored that since then. Taking a look down here, we're still doing okay. We have that, so let's just give this area a minimum amount of protection, because we did lose one duo down there. And we should probably replace that router as well. And then we're going to build some bigger walls just to encourage the bad guys to go at the duos if they're on the ground, as opposed to trying to go up and around them. Those guys get knocked out pretty quick. We still have some bad guys up at this one, apparently. Oh, see, they're going around the other way. They're coming down here. So let's just say that we are able in time to build a wall there. I don't know if we will or not. Let's see if that changes their planning at all. Okay, so we got them there. I guess we're going to have to build duos around a lot of these areas here, just to make sure that everybody's good and taken care of. And then this one's just going to get something feeding into it. That's efficient. And I'm expecting something similarly efficient here. Yeah, they're toast already. All right, so let's get rid of this area. Well, can I get rid of those? Okay, I can't get rid of that stuff, but we can do something like this. We'll cancel that one. Put on more routers. Rebuild our defensive line there. And I have not really focused on producing anything in this one. Like these pneumatic drills use graphite. I haven't made any graphite yet because I've had to focus most of my energy so far on just defending this ridiculously large area. You notice they did not attack this at all. That was not worth their time. So that's good. But there's just so much here that we have to be worried about. So we have that one. That one's sealed up. We have another opening down here that we'll have to patch open or patch closed. So we'll do that now. And we'll throw some duos in there as well with Router City. Yeah, if there's a better way to do this, let me know. This is just what I've done since I've been playing this game. I don't know if it's good or not. It just works for me, and it gets me to progress through the game slowly but surely. But oh, there are 30 waves in this one. That's okay. That gives me real pause, because that tells me that we're going to be facing some bosses here. So we should probably start building out some of our other power infrastructure here, because I want to start being able to build the electrical defenses to help us out here. So some like lancers and stuff. What's the big electric one called? Yeah, Lancer. And what's the other one? An arc. Okay. So yeah, I want to start being able to make sure we have defenses for those, that we can defend anything that we might need to here, because I just have a feeling it's going to be a real show here real soon. Alright, so we're bringing stuff down here. And And my other problem is I don't know what is coming my way as far as it a mothership or whatever those things are called. There could be all kinds of problems facing us here real soon. So I just want to get things hopefully ironed out here as quickly as possible. I'm using up, what do these use? Titanium. Okay, we're fine on those. They don't use up that much of that stuff. Alright, let's see here. I don't feel good about any of this. I don't think I've faced one that has 30 rounds of, or 30 waves of enemies. I thought 25. It's been a little bit since I've been in here. But I don't think... That's a lot of bad guys coming for our duos over there. Granted, we have a lot of bad guys that can pay them back, but it's a lot of duos. So let's just put that there. Let's rebuild that wall. Replace that duo. Maybe get a mender in there, wherever you're at, mender. Yeah, we'll get a mender in there. To help that area out. Oh, they even attacked over here, you jerks. They didn't even do anything. Oh, because they're totally defenseless. I didn't put a router in there, so that area is completely defenseless. And let's go back over into power. And see if we can hook all this stuff back together here. Alright, so we have that. Let's go in now. We're just going to plop open some lancers there. What do lancers use? Copper? Okay. They're using only tens of things, so that's fine. This area here just needs to be protected. And we're producing power. We're not producing a whole lot. We need to definitely step that up with our amount of power that we're producing. But for right now, it's okay. I also probably should add some batteries a little farther out here just to make sure we have more capacity for everything that hopefully we can do. So we have quite a good amount of capacity for that. This area down here still needs to get their lancers. And lancers can only attack ground targets, right? Yeah. Oh my. Look at what happened down here. Oh my gosh. Okay. So we're definitely going to need to rebuild a large section of this area down here because they got obliterated. And that's just my fault for not paying attention. So we'll get them fixed up here. We'll also get some menders in place. There we go. And just purely based off that, we lost half of our power consumption. We were at like 140 something. Now we're at 72. So we lost a whole bunch of power consumption here. We will have to add that back in here at some point. But for right now, let's see. Okay, I should be able to add it on at this area here. So let's go in and, well, first we have to mine all of the coal. And we'll do that over here. We're going to put our steam generators, or our combustion generator, excuse me. So they're going to be 4 of those bad boys. Nope, not there. So we want our routers there. And then we put our steam generators, or gosh, our combustion generators, excuse me. Oh, I guess we could have put them there. Whatever. It's fine. Do we have a steam generator? I thought we had something like that. Yeah, steam generator. All right, so what do I need for a steam generator? So coal and water. Generates power by burning flammable materials and converting the water into steam. Okay, cool. Nice to know that we have that option. Our power production is back up a decent amount here. That makes me happy. And let's just see. See, they're trying to attack what they think is the weakest areas right now, which they're not wrong. Let's just add some annoyance to their lives here. Okay, I'm okay with that. They don't seem to want to mess with that area at all. I'm assuming what all of this was at some point. Like, we had our waves, but I'm assuming most of this was eventually at some point to go through and just get enough water to... I don't know what it does. I was thinking maybe a steam generator, but I guess you could. With our lancers, do adding water to them do anything? So water is a booster. It increases fire rate 1 and almost a half times. Oh my, there's so many bad guys. You guys just are not nice. This is me just being stupid because I'm not really sure what to do right now. And I mean, we're feeding stuff into this, but definitely not enough. So let's, you can see, looking at our stats here at the top, oh, it's starting to rain as well. Wonderful. But we are real low on our copper. So we're going to build some copper mines here, hopefully transport them up and maybe try to increase our ability to do stuff here. So first off, let's see if we can route some of these back around. Okay, I'm not really going to route them too far, so get rid of those. So that one will go there. We'll route this one into there. And that just frees up a little bit of space here for us to do, hopefully, a little bit more. Okay. So that's there. Let's go in and just blast out some of the stuff. Now I'm going to use some of the fast transports here just to... I know I'm using up a resource I don't have much of, but these also barely use up any, so it's okay, I think, for right now. All right, we have a guardian approaching it in 10 waves, which means we have lots to do. Look at this. We're not even keeping up with this production, so you're going to get to skip the line, come up this way. And I know it seems like I'm spending some time doing stuff that's not necessary, but in order to build anything, you need to have copper. I mean, copper is one of the final things you need, so for us to have a successful run here, we need to make sure we have copper in a good amount. So we're just going to max out that area, hopefully to the best of our ability. I think we can add some more combustion generators. Hey, got it that time. But let's go in and add some more here. Get this line moving. We're also producing a lot more power than what we need. And I don't remember if guardians are not are only ground or if they're only air. That is a question I don't know and that I don't necessarily want to find the answer to. So in this area, we're going to add some more, or add a first round of stuff here. So add on a large power node to take care of all those lancers. I love lancers. They're just the greatest. And then we're just going to plop open a whole line of these things here. And I'm going to build out along this area, but not quite yet. And then we're just going to copy this. Wow, that was a lot of air attacks. There's still 10 enemies remaining. Okay. So yeah, they're showing their hand a little bit as far as I need to reinforce a lot of these areas with significantly more air defenses. And look, we even got some guys down here that didn't make it. Alright, so we'll replace our duo. And then we also have our router that we'll put back in. Yeah, the only problem with this setup here is that they can run out of ammo really quickly. So if it's a prolonged fight, we're doomed down south here. So the problem is we just don't have a good source of anything that's far out. So maybe we'll have to import some over. I'm not really sure, because if those guardians come down here, we're done. It's game over. Life is not fun. But if they come up north, we have relatively good protections up there. "29 enemies. Oh my goodness. Alright, well. It's going down slowly but surely, but what's going on? Why is this taking so long? They're all up north. Oh, I think they just took a little while to get there because they got wiped out pretty darn quick. Okay. Not a big deal there. Let's see. See, there's scatters all the way out here. Oh, wow. See, there's a lot of stuff out here that we could do things with. Alright, we're going to have to set up some type of copper or lead mine here. And we're going to transport all of this down south. I'm not super thrilled about this. Oh, let's see if there's another place we can put it first, but I think this is going to wind up being... Well, there's another spot down here that could work. Alright, so we have those. We have our main lead production. I think this area is going to be what we're going to go with here. It's not a lot of anything in particular, but it's enough that hopefully we can withstand some actual production or generate some actual production for our items here. So we'll find out real soon, I guess. And the only other problem here is that we have this one belt. So if this belt gets knocked out, we're, again, kind of hosed. But that's what this is, so we're going to just kind of take it and run. And we're also going to get rid of all this. Because that's not really helping us out right now. I like the rain is kind of, there's these clouds, it's kind of a little foggy, you don't get a full view of everything. It's a nice ambiance of what the game feels like right now, because there's definitely a sense of impending doom as we approach this guardian coming up here. So we'll go across like so. I guess we'll have to split that off. I know the guardian's coming, you don't have to tell me. It's okay. But we'll do that. We'll get that in like so. And then we're going to go up the other way and hope that we don't die. This is never going to work, is it? There's just not enough production. Alright, so we have that there, this area over here, and oh, well that one's not even being protected. Okay, so let's do that. I'm going to split off another branch here to go down south and provide a little bit of cover for this area here, all the way on down, and pray to God that we have some type of legitimate defense here. Alright, we're gearing up for our final assault here. Fortunately, it doesn't look like a lot of the stuff has made its way down south. It's just starting now. "37 enemies. I mean, they're getting knocked out one by one here, but oof. Oh wow, that did fill up quick, relatively quick. Okay, that makes me feel a little better. So if I were to take that across here, and let's say just feed it in right there. We can at least feed back and have some of that set up. let's go check our defenses here. So they really haven't gotten anywhere close on those. That's good. And then I think we should probably just throw some more lancers in wherever we can here. So our Guardian's coming up in 2 or 3 waves, and then we'll see how poor of a job we did protecting this area here. I'm not feeling real confident. So we got 2 waves to go. There are 20 enemies approaching currently. Oh boy, okay, so we need to reinforce this area here because they are not being kind to this. I'm going titanium just because I don't want to deal with anything crazy. And I guess we should also throw in some menders here. Do we have a large mender? We do. I don't know if this is what I should spend my time doing right now or not, but it seems like just as good a time as any. And we need to produce a lot more power. Our menders are using up a decent amount of it. So I'm going to pause this real fast. I paused that with the wave ready to drop, but that's okay. It's not the wave I'm concerned about. We'll go in there. We're going to set up our combustion generators. We'll do that right there. Then we can feed in our routers. And I think we're going to go fast belts for this part because we just need to feed this area as quickly as humanly possible with stuff. No, I did not mean to hit a Okay. Well, I had all of it planned, ready to roll. It looked gorgeous. My plans were perfect. And then I hit escape. So we'll just do that one more time here. If you don't laugh, you cry. So you just got to laugh at it and we'll be okay. And let's go here. Get that. So we're going to bring that across like so. You're going to come in here and drop down. Go over. You'll go over. You got to drop down. Alright, on pause. Guardian's coming real soon. We have 38 enemies as part of this one's round. Because way too much of our defense is right now built on having power, and right now we don't have any power. There we go. We're generating power with this one. Nope, we're not using any. Oh god, we're toast. This is not gonna be good. Let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna pause this again. Put in our large power nodes. I feel like the large power nodes should do more. That's just me. They don't have big enough range. I want them to have larger ranges. But essentially I'm going to mine out another area here. Go in and over here. Dump some routers in place. And put more of our combustion generators in there like so. We are at least adding power right now. Oh, no, 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 no. What are you producing? Which one's producing sand? Okay, you need to go. And now we can rebuild those. Okay. Yeah, we need to produce a lot more than that. It's not enough power. Alright, so that's happening there. I think we can just throw on some more on this area because we're using them up, so why not? Let's throw another router right here. Alright, and our guardian is alive and well, which means end days for us. So I'm going to throw on a large node right there, and a combustion generator there and there, and then we're going to go join the fight. Wherever he is at. Oh, guardian is on the I thought it was an airborne thing. Okay. Unless it is an airborne thing. Nope, it's not airborne. Okay. For some reason, I thought that was going to be a whole lot more complicated than what it ended up being. I feel confident. I feel invigorated. I don't know how we got that lucky. But you can see that this was a hot mess of a level. Somehow we were successful, but the Guardian is no more. I like this little area here, but we did it. Let's go take a look at our research and see what tech we have unlocked and if we can afford it. So nothing, it looks like, in this area. Nothing there. It said there's new tech, didn't it? Am I kidding? Am I lying? Oh, there it is right there. So we have a naval factory. This naval produces output that can be used directly and moved into reconstructors for upgrading. Okay. So we have enough for that. And then we have our first naval one, which is a Risco. It fires a barrage of missiles and bullets at all nearby enemies. If I go to info, is that only on ground? Doesn't say. So let's go back. We have enough to build that as well. Cool. And then we need to have the additive reconstructor to do a lot more of this other stuff. If I remember right, you can actually start combining like multiples of these things into larger and larger contraptions. But I'm not sure if I remember all of that properly. So that is going to wrap up this area here. We went through and absolutely wrecked it. Let's go take a look at our planet map. We are in... Where are we? I don't know where we're at. It doesn't matter. We're here at Ruinous Shores. And it clearly told us our next place that we need to go is Windswept Island, unless we want to go to the biomass synthesis facility. Those are our two next paths, but I'm also still really concerned about... Oh, okay. So before we did not have a name of this. It just showed us that was going to attack invulnerable. Now we can see that that is salt flats. So we actually have a name associated with that. Very cool. But that's going to wrap us up here for today, folks. Thanks for hanging out. Let me know if you have questions. Let me know if you want me to do different things. And we almost didn't survive parts of this because we lost whole sections of this wall. But we're okay now, and I'll see you in our next one. Sounds good. Bye-bye.